What's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So, today I want to discuss the what's next on former unified champion Jeison Rosario, as he suffered a very tough 6th round knockout loss to Erickson Lubin in their super welterweight crossroads clash on the Gervonta Davis-Mario Barrios Showtime pay-per-view undercard that took place on Saturday, June 26th. Headed into the fight, he came in the underdog, but, Jeison Rosario was focused, trying to shake off the loss and knockout loss to Jermell Charlo. And, he went in against Lubin, confident, talking, and he got shut up because Erickson Lubin completely dominated him. He had a moment here or there where he landed a shot, but it wasn't enough. Lubin just very, very good style, southpaw, slick, and was aggressive also, and he just wore down Rosario and stopped him in the 6th round impressively. And now the big question is, what's next for Jeison Rosario, coming off of back-to-back losses now? He lost in September of last year when he got laid out against Jermell Charlo, and now has been knocked out against Erickson Lubin. He still makes my top 10. I really had to think hard about it and evaluate, but the weight of his win over J-Rock Williams to become the unified champ, that still goes a long way, because that happened just last year in January of 2020. Now, he's lost to 2 of the top 3 fighters at 154. But, given I just looked at some of the resumes, I still got to rank him in the top 10 as of now. But we'll see. We'll see what he does going forward. So now let's run through the top 10 and see what could be possible for him following the back-to-back losses. Well, number 1 is Jermell Charlo, which would be a rematch. No chance of this. Charlo whipped his ass. Doesn't matter. He will not get Charlo next. Number 2 is the undefeated WBO champion Brian Castano. Well, Castano's fighting Charlo for the undisputed title next. I don't think he takes a step back against a guy like Rosario if he were to beat Charlo, or if he loses to Charlo. I mean, it's possible. Both guys tied with the PBC. If Castano were to lose to Charlo, where he is coming in the underdog, but if he were to lose, maybe they, maybe that fight gets made. But does Rosario, coming off of back-to-back losses, want to take on a guy like Castano, even if he's coming off of a loss? I don't know if I'd do that if I'm Rosario, so I'm leaning towards the no. Excuse me one second. Now, number 3 is Erickson Lubin, which would be a rematch. No reason for that. Lubin dominated Rosario. Number 4 is Jarrett Hurd. Now, it's an interesting matchup, and it's a matchup that can be made because Hurd is is with the PBC as well. Technically, they're both coming off of losses. They kind of rotate around each other, considering Hurd lost to J-Rock and then Rosario knocked J-Rock out. But is this a fight that either guy would want, coming off of tough losses for both of them? I just don't see it, but you never know. Number 5 is Tony Harrison, the former champ. I don't know if Harrison wants a guy like, I don't know if he wants a guy like Rosario. Harrison didn't lose his last fight, but he fought to a draw with a guy that most people felt he should have beat in Brian Perella. So I don't see this fight coming to fruition, but both are tied with the PBC, so you never know. Number 6 will be undefeated Tim Tszyu. I don't see this one. Tszyu is ties with Top Rank, and Rosario is ties with the PBC, so I don't see this fight happening. Plus, I don't think it's a fight Rosario would want, coming off back-to-back losses. Number 7 is Mohamed Kurmanov, who's undefeated. I don't see this one either. He's tied with the Zone, and I think it's a bad matchup for Rosario, coming off back-to-back losses. Number 8 is Sebastian Fundora. This is an interesting fight. Easy fight to make. They're both with the PBC, but does Rosario want to take on a guy like Fundora, coming off back-to-back losses? I'm leaning towards the no, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got drawn into it for the money, and just because, he's still got somewhat of a name, and Fundora's on the rise, so we'll see. And then number 9 is like I said, Rosario. Number 10 would be J-Rock Williams, the former unified champion. What would be a rematch? And I don't see him getting J-Rock in the ring. J-Rock still has not returned since the loss to Rosario. He's had a couple fights fall through, and I just don't think he's going to want to fight Rosario next, and Rosario's going to get him next. So, you know, what I'm leaning towards, if he does fight a top 10 guy, his best options would probably be Castaño if Castaño were to lose to Charlo. Jarrett Hurd, Tony Harrison, Sebastian Fundora, more likely. You know, because they're all PBC guys, but I'm leaning towards the no on a top 10 guy. I really think Rosario needs to start from scratch and just try to work himself back up, coming off of bad knockout losses in back-to-back fights. So, see what happens, but that's the what's next on the former unified champion, Jeison Rosario. Hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been here with the truth.